Hello, Lisa Richard here with Loving Energy Recharge. Welcome to the Inner Alchemy for February the 7th, leading us through to the 12th. Inner Alchemy is a blend of the teachings of human design, branching that off into the gene keys, and incorporating some tools as a more than existing Lightworker coach. As our mandala wheel continues to turn for us through Aquarius season, and as we are coming into the final weeks of the year of the snake, we have just been dropped down into our emotional center. This is the solar plex within the teachings of human design. If you're looking at your body graph, that is the center of your spirit, your depth, how we respond to emotions. And 50% of you will have that white within your birth chart. What does that mean? That means that you are feeling the emotional energy of others and you are reflecting it back at 200%. Now, since December the 25th, we have been really stimulated down in our root center in the pressures of stress. Stress being the tool to help us evolve, to help us move forward towards change and embracing a change that is correct for the self. So we were really put into the task of working on our foundation, getting to know who you are, understanding how you respond to the energies, understanding how you respond to the energy of stress, looking at ways to calm the nervous system, looking at patterns within your own design as to how others in your environment tend to perhaps throw you out of your natural rhythm if you are open to feeling and taking on that stress of others. So we've been on a journey to really get to know ourself, and it is ourself as an energy body. Understanding we're more than this physical body, you're more than your mental body, you're more than your emotional body. You have all of these layers to you. The more you work on understanding who you are, you use your birth chart to go on an exploration to understand the astrology of you, the genetics of you, the makeup of you, what is correct energetically for you, the more you're going to do the self-actualization to recognize how you've been conditioned by the world around you, by perhaps others around you who do not understand energy, who do not understand their own powers of emotions, their own awareness into that. And that does come with a level of vulnerability. And it comes with a level of vulnerability because it takes great compassion to look at one's caregivers, to look at one's ancestors, to look at those that have been around you, and to understand that we've all done the best that we could do with the information we have. There is a generation that has come in to be the chain breakers, to stop the cycles, to stop the patterns, to allow for an opportunity to work on the self, to be whole within yourself, because the children coming in are more and more sensitive. If we don't work on becoming healthy versions, healthy adults, how can we help sensitive children? So if you are a sensitive, if you are an empath, you might be feeling very vulnerable in this energy, very reactive, very sensitive, very exposed within this energy. You're being called up to heal those versions of yourself that are ready to be transferred. They are ready to be released. As we're coming down to that year of the snake, letting go of what isn't serving the highest good, this is literally shedding away of that skin. You're in the last home stretch of that. You're in the rattle of the rattlesnake, right? So you're spiraling around right now as things are unraveling, as new clarity is coming forward. And it is noisy, it's chaotic, it hurts, it stings. There's a tendency in that to feel very reactive, to want to go into what I call the chihuahua, which is, you're backed into a corner and you start nipping at other people. That is the raw sensitivity. It is so important to respect yourself enough when you are feeling emotionally reactive, you're feeling sensitively reactive, to know that it's correct for you to step out for a little while. It is giving yourself the space and the time through love to come to your own clarity, to gain your boundaries, to get to know who is this exposed version of yourself and who do you want in the auric energy of you. So this is also the power of the no, the sacred no that is arising within the body. You may be releasing people, situations, energetic experiences that no longer resonate with this new version of yourself. You may be going through your own grieving process of knowing something is not working, perhaps being afraid of having those conversations, not knowing how to navigate this new path. And that does feel to be very exposed. This is where you are being asked to pause. You don't need to jump in and engage. You don't need to have all the answers right now. You are being asked to sit in this vulnerability, to feel it, not to run from it, not to react to it, but allow yourself to feel it. Allow yourself to have an experience with it. Journal through what is coming up for you. Look at all different angles if this is a sensitive issue that involves other people. Allow yourself to be expressed. Do that on paper so that you can allow it to be poured out. And then start to move around the circle of your own awareness. Look at it from different angles. Look and branch the energy out so that you are looking from a higher vantage point, not from the sensitivity of the rawness in the moment that feels very reactive and wants to run, wants to fight, wants to say, wants to engage. It is going to take some incredible emotional maturity to say, this is not for me to respond to right now. It's going to take power and courage to step back from the mainstream of the world that is already speeding up, anticipating the year of the horse, and getting out there, rushing through it, making impulsive decisions. You have to know who you are in relation to the whole. So getting to know your human design, your gene keys profile, your astrological chart. What animal sign are you in Chinese astrology if you're following the year of the horse? Is that animal compatible with the year of the horse? If this is the fire horse, one of the 5 elements, what element are you? Not all elements are compatible. It's really understanding before you jump forward, before you react, before you engage, which version of you is showing up at the table, and is that energetically correct for you? So it does take courage. It takes courage to step back and to release the fear of, I'm going to be forgotten. I'm going to be left out. I'm going to miss the boat. And the energy through this gate of revelation, it is also pulling on that root center. It is moving through the sensitivities of a need to be needed and a want to be wanted. It is meeting the emotional energy of a fear of rejection, a fear of consequences, a fear of unpredictability. We are exposed in the vulnerabilities of ourself that maybe didn't have the courage at one time to have those conversations with others to say, this does not feel right to me. Or to stand in the truth of the power of your no, to say, no, I'm not buying into that. I'm not engaging in that. I'm not conforming to that. This is your time to be clear with yourself as to where you are going and what is needed to help support you on your journey. Because if it is raw for you emotionally, if it is difficult for you to stand in your truth, if it is fearful to engage in what you know is your highest good, you have to first work on the foundation of yourself to build up the safety, to build up the security, to build up your own self-esteem and self-empowerment, to then start moving forward towards the highest version of yourself. It is just like working with the horse. If the horse is not ready to be ridden, it is going to buck you off. It is going to run in fear. It is going to panic. We're here to build the relationship with the horse. We're here to become one with the horse, which means you have to know who you are in relationship to meeting the wisdom of the horse, who is going to be a reflection back of your energy. If you're not trusting you, the horse will not trust you. If you are afraid, the horse will be afraid. If you are uncertain if you can handle the ride, the horse will test your ride. If you don't know where you're going, that horse will put on the brakes. So these energies have so much to teach us. Take the time to get to know you. Take the time to get to understand you, to love you, to move with your own authenticity, your own rhythm, your own timing. You can get to mastery unless you're willing to do the work. And it's not about figuring out the answers. It's about allowing the parts of you that already know your truth to feel safe enough to take the lead. So perhaps for you, this is a time of stepping back to get that emotional clarity, to get your clear direction, to have your full assessment before stepping in. I'm sending you all so much love. We are in this emotional awareness center for some time now. We're going to be shifting into Pisces season. Pisces season is fully a water element, fully into this emotional awareness. Our emotions are not bad. They're here to teach us the capacity of our spirit, our depth, to allow us to feel at a higher level. But it comes with having emotional maturity to not project and to spew that onto everybody else, but to allow ourselves to be in the truth of our own emotions and to allow it to become the teacher to rise ourselves up into the higher versions of ourselves. So you're here to parent the inner child of you that can be highly reactive, that does want to have its needs met. And you're going to have to intercept that and question it to say, is that really for the highest good? Just because my inner child wants to have some candy, is it correct to always let it have that candy, to let it have that stimulation? Or is it in the highest good to have those vegetables today? So I send you much, much love, and I look forward to continuing our journey as we travel through our emotional awareness center together, completing out Aquarius season, moving into Pisces season, and transitioning from the year of the snake into the year of the horse. Namaste. The light in me sees the light in you. Take care.